All right. If you just state where we are and your name.
My name is Charles Cody. We're currently at Jennings Park Nature Park in Marysville, Washington.
And so what we're wondering is if the appointment of a 21-year-old to the Snohomish County Council is something that the general public should have some more information on.
Short and quick answer, yes. I mean, I can see where there's probably going to be some controversy on the age of this individual, but I think age doesn't necessarily define anyone's experience. Maybe this kid is a straight A's kid who went through high school, graduated with honors, elementary school or whatever, advanced classes. Maybe he's a really smart kid.
On that point, you know, he did graduate college and went to Running Start, and already has his first internship underneath his belt.
That's cool. As far as the larger political scale of it, where you said it went from the Republicans to get
two groups nominated him.
Yeah.
Republicans had to nominate 3 people. Those 3 people went on to the county council, and the county council chose between those 3 people who
so
gets
the
the job.
The issue is that the people feel like they had no real say in who got chose. It was a panel decision, more or less.
The endorsement was a panel decision, and then how the Republicans decided to do the process was then open up the vote to PCOs, which are like small precinct committee officers. They are like the smallest kind of public office that you can hold, and so you're supposed to have say so within your party, and that's totally legit that the PCOs vote.
So the issue here then is the fact that the suits, is more or less how I like to call them, the higher ups, the suits made the decision without talking to their own government, the people who they chose to lead, to be the voice of. So they need to possibly go out in public like you guys currently are and talk to the people, get opinions on who we want to run our local government, without just making those decisions for their own personal gain.
I feel that is something that would have been important, a good step in any kind of process. I know I told them what they were doing I thought was inappropriate because I thought there'd be an absolute public outcry about trying to push a 21-year-old.
Washington State, we're very public-powered people, especially with this whole last election that went on with Bernie Sanders, Hillary, and Trump and all that.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion with that, that doesn't really relate to this, or maybe it does, but I voted Trump all the way. But in the beginning and throughout the rest, I do believe Bernie Sanders really should have been, and that the whole state of Washington, I know,
would have voted for him.
Were right behind that too. It was Bernie Sanders, but the public opinion wasn't taken into account more than for the corporations, and that's why Hillary and Trump got so much further. So it should be the same situation here, where, and especially so in a smaller community such as Snohomish County. It's really not a community, but it is. Getting the public's opinion make a lot more difference on what they do for us, more or less.
And so I'll tell you a little bit about the process. So the Republican Executive Board put a bunch of people on the board. One of them is now working for the 21-year-old.
Yeah.
And they endorsed 3 candidates, and those 3 candidates ended up getting the votes in the end. Nobody knows what the vote totals were.
It was secret and undisclosed.
I heard about that.
And but Nate Nearing was the first one who was voted in as one of the 3 candidates. He was the front runner. Again, 21-year-old, fresh off his first internship. And then when he got to the county, the 4 Snohomish County representatives, councilmen, they all voted unanimously for Nate Nearing, the 21-year-old, even though there was 2 sitting city councilmen with experience that they had
With
to choose
10 years
from.
of experience or so that they could have chosen to vote for.
And I was just wondering, does it change your mind or impact your decision at all if I tell you that Nate Nearing is the mayor's son of Marysville?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
It's politics. You know, those who are in higher up, why wouldn't they bring those who they bring under them? I mean, look at Trump and his sons, how much he's put in for them to be successful. I mean, any father and son would do the same thing. If you had a son,
That's how I feel.
you were in a place of position and you could bring your son up, why not? My dad worked his ass off to provide for my family, and I saw that work and that hard drive in him for me to succeed, and he helped me every day to get where I am now at 23 years old, living by myself, having a car mortgage, house payment, working a good job for the past 3 years. And yeah, so I think it's a cool thing, to be honest. And with the other two city council members who are in seat for 10 years, you said.
No, they that may have been a misspoke. They're sitting councilmen though right now.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, if the people who made the decisions chose an unexperienced person with promise over someone who'd already been there, maybe that just shows something of the other people. I don't know, but yeah.
Is this an issue that the public should know more about?
Yeah, everything in government should be involved with the public. I mean, when the mayor goes and takes a shit, why shouldn't we know about it?
All right, thank you very much.